Alright, so I want to explain, which I've already done this on another site, but not with details. Okay, I'm not going to explain Project Bluebeam or what led up to all of this, okay? But finally, when I had accepted that my friend had nothing to do with Project Bluebeam from way before, okay? She called me up. I had a lobotomy shot. Yeah, I had a stroke, bone degeneration, the teeth that they busted out with the radiation because I talked too much. The rest of it was taken out with a shot that gave me bone degeneration in my mouth. I can't get an honest test where I'm at because of lawsuits. Yes, they don't give me honest tests. I have to leave, which they're trying to prevent me from. And even though, and I was peeing my pants, I have renal failure now. Yeah, and I've told the doctor, but she won't do nothing about it, even though I've said, okay, class action lawsuit or whatever. Anyways, and a whole bunch of people from the mind control center, they call a psych ward, resigned, by the way. Yeah, that little, when all we could do is color in there, while you were mind torturing us all. I only colored a grenade and signed my name and said, hey, sell it someday. All right. Anyways, so at least some of these people left. All right. So let's talk about this phone. This phone that they hack into. Yeah. I just got a new server a couple of months ago. My old server, they're still running it, by the way. Yeah, and they're still using it. Yeah, they won't unhook me. So anyways, they're using this phone, which all the SIM cards are missing. Okay? And what comes across is my phone number, which never does. With me saying stuff I'm not even saying right in front of my face at one point. So let me get back to this. So after the lobotomy shot for a whole year, it was just nothing but cement and darkness. Close my eyes, can't see nothing. It's just dark. So anyways, my psychiatrist got me off of it. And I had new life. I exercised. I got off all the pain medication I was on from all the teeth being ripped out, the bone degeneration, all this stuff they deny, Anyways, and I exercised. I got off all the pain medication, and I was thriving like never before. And my friend had called. She was going through a really rough time at her ranch. She just needed some help cleaning it first. So I hadn't seen her for a while. So I went out there, cleaned her place, and then stayed because she was not doing well at all because of what was going on in her own life, and helped her with her horses and, be able to cast curses off her land. There was witchcraft all over the land. And everything got really lighter, and it was a lot of neat things happened. I put her in front of the mirror and said, remember who you are, and all stuff, right? And she helped me out with cognitive dissonance from a narc and stuff, right? Because, you can never tell with those people. Anyways, and we were friends, really, really close. She moved away, and we were still on the phone, till 1 in the morning, counseling, helping each other. Anyways, I've known her for, since my 20s, she saw me in a vision. Yeah. Anyways, so we've been very, 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 very close. And I started getting these phone calls that were very, very nasty. And I was blocking them and blocking them and blocking them. And having patience, they got nastier and nastier and nastier and nastier. So I finally blocked. And then I heard all these rumors that she was saying I was a witch. And because her mom was unhooked from life support in 2004, and I went and prayed for her, and she came alive. Okay, and I cast demons out of her house in 2001, and a few other miracles that God did on her behalf. Yeah, to increase her faith. So anyways, what happened was I was hearing all this horrific stuff, and they were following me around with people I knew with their faces, their avatars, saying things to me. It was a total psyop. So it threw me right back into thinking, oh my gosh, she is involved, and she did do all the things that they said that she did in Project Bluebeam when they tried the first. But it's a game of betrayal and heartbreak. I told her that. I said, it's a game of heartbreak and betrayal. Don't fall for it. Yeah, I fell for it twice, all right? But the second time was pretty damn convincing when you're using cloned voice technology, jerks, okay? And sending texts in my name. And not only that, taking over a messenger that I was never on and sending. And then I also have all the receipts, which I'm not, they're on another site, okay? But I was eligible for a class action lawsuit in, because from 2012 to 2017, malicious actors had broke into all of our accounts, framing us up. And I was eligible for $100,000, which they made sure I was a mental hospital for, so I couldn't find out what else they were doing. Because I was exploited online a long time ago. I moved down here, and I don't know if they made money off of what I did online. I mean, it's not even the music they're after. They're after my life story. Yeah, they find it like quite fascinating. Anyways, it's really quite boring. Well, when it's not boring, it's an abs. I mean, wow, you guys are so entertained. All right, wow, good for you. So, anyways, after a whole year, okay, so at Christmas time, they gaslit me all Christmas, okay? My ex kidnapped my daughter at Christmas time, saying that I'd done all this stuff that I never did, because he'd hit bankruptcy and he needed her check. Yeah, that's just who he is. That's just who he is. Doesn't care. He's just, and kidnapped her. She started having seizures. She never had a seizure for a whole year. He started having seizures again. He wouldn't let me talk to her. He was making it look like he was friends with all my friends, and they were all flying monkeys, and that my friend Judy, that I was really upset with, that I thought was involved in all this, because I kept on getting these insane phone calls and stuff. Which she said, I'll tell you that after, okay? So anyways, they were making it look like she had joined Project Bluebeam knowingly for money, and that they were down in Texas. Yeah, they were gaslit. I have all the evidence that they gaslit me, the crap out of me. They said the Diddy crew was going to be down there, and I thought that they were going to take my daughter down there, and I was afraid of sacrifices, and I was, okay, so when I strained her gnats. I said, you want to tell lies about me? I'm straining your gnats. Okay, so yeah, guess who wants to interrupt me? It's a narc. It's the narc. Anyways, so what had happened was, after a whole year, like, I just, it was the mama bear in me. I was like, I'm just going to strain at all your gnats. But I was looking at it through the lens, because I thought, she's just a sweet talker. She was never who she was. She's just another person in this Truman Show that I've been stuck in for I don't know how long. Like, was she ever real to begin with? Yes, she is. She's a really, really good person. But they made her out to be, it was like, they used to joke around calling us 9/11 Twin Towers. Yeah, and it was that pretty much. Okay, yeah, that inside job joke. Even my last apartment was 116 9/11 upside down. Yeah, you can't get any weirder than that. So anyways, so I messaged her because I called up my ex to find out, like, a year later, like, if this is really true, or, because I had forgiven everything. Yeah, I came to the point where I just didn't care. I just forgave them. I wished them the best, and I was like, I won't be there to make the place invisible when the robots show up. Anyways, so on my messages, I got to tell you this, on my messages, I'm getting no messages, you guys. There's a girl answering in my name. Yeah, I have no online banking, okay? I've taken no money for nothing. I've taken no money for what I've done online. I've taken no money for nothing. Zero. Okay, so anyways, so I called up my ex-narc and I said, hi, this is Judy, just to see if they really were in on it together, because they've been imitating her for a while, because it all led up to a whole bunch of things, because I asked her a long time ago, I said, will you testify to what he had done? And she witnessed it. I don't remember that. Well, this is at the time where there was malicious actors in my phones and my computer, uh, messaging me under other people. It's been going on for so long to make me look crazy, to make everybody, it's just one big disgusting malicious game. So, anyways, and he goes, "Oh, hi, Judy," like he knew her. And so I messaged her. I said, "Oh my gosh, you were involved in it." She walks through my door. She goes, "No, what are you talking about? I got a place. What are you?" I'm like, "What?" So she came. She said, "Oh, you need to see me in person." I'm like, "You better come over right now." Yeah. And I was still really mad. And she walked through the door. And then I showed her the message because I got a message saying, "I gave you thousands of dollars." And she's not a liar. She's never given me thousands of dollars. And she goes, I never sent that message." And she showed me her phone. And I said, "You didn't get the call that when I phoned you and said, are you the identity theft? Like, did you try to take my last batch of music from like 2007 and have me, like, I'm going to sue you for identity theft." And I got this message the next day that she never sent. "You've fallen from grace. You're so unchristlike." None of it. But this copycat knows everything because all she does is sit there and stare and stare. And I'm her, I'm her, I'm her, I'm her, I'm her. I mean, she's going to jail. Okay. So, anyways, so I told her. I said, "Look," I said, "I thought you were the copycat watching me the whole time. I said it to your face. True friends just stab each other in the front. I didn't say it behind your back." Nope. And anyways, can she forgive me for what I said, thinking that she was going to get my children sacrificed, and she had joined a cult? I don't know. I think if the roles were reversed, she'd probably, kick down my door and give me an ass whipping physically. She's good. And that's a good thing, all right? That's a compliment, all right? So, anyways, um, I was really confused. I said, "You got to give me a couple weeks because this was so brutal and real that I don't know what, like, I'm going to at one point think you're innocent. I'm going to think you're guilty. I'm going to think you're innocent. I'm going to think you're guilty." Turns out everything was going really good for her. So I was happy that me going, because I was trying to figure out who was trying to do away with me before they got away with it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 Someone is. Yeah. Quite a few of you are. In fact, tons of you are, because you made so much money off of my corporate identity. Yes, that's your birth certificate. All right. So, anyways, yeah, against my will. And then I think you tried to frame me up, right, with all your accounts behind I mean, who did that? Right? It's a crime that's probably already been committed. They're just trying to cover up. They thought they could kill me. Yeah, they've been trying to kill me since 2017. Surprise! Oh my, I'm Sophia. I'm not Mary. I'm Sophia now. So, anyways, I've been talking to my friend quite a bit. There's a lot more to it, yeah. But so the conversations I had with my mom when when my daughter accused my ex of doing something, and I called her and said, "Guess what he did?" "Oh, I don't care." Click. Was that a clone voice technology of my mom making my mom look like the most evil person that had just turned into like a demon or something? Because that's what I felt like I was dealing with her. Like, she could have cared less if my daughter was harmed. She was siding with the abuser. It was disgusting. All right. I come home with bruises. Some things were done to my face, but they were doing witchcraft on her, using her birth chart, which I had a vision of, and then I confronted my ex Snark, and he admitted it. So, anyways, that's the situation. Yeah, we're dealing with clone voice technology and one big, huge heist of the century. I guess you guys think you're going to get away with it because the people that aren't joining you, okay, in your genocidal insanity upon the world, okay, that have been targeted for I don't know how many years for telling the truth about you psychos who need hospitals. All right. We're the bad guys, okay? And if we tell the truth, it's hate speech, so I'd be careful. Yeah. Anyways, so they had me thinking that my friend was really super jealous because she had this vision a long time ago that she chose fame in the darkness and fell from a cloud, but that was just popularity back then, and she didn't know right from wrong. And I showed up in 2001 and said, "What are you doing? You're one of the kindest people I know. You didn't miss a boat." And then he did a whole bunch of miracles on her behalf through me to get her back on her feet. Yeah, in 2001. So, anyways, and then she had a vision in 2004 that I went into this great darkness. Well, I told her I went into the darkness, but I never became it. Never became evil. You know, I did a lot of work down that dark. Like, I've been to hell and back, literally. Okay, and it wasn't because I deserved it. I was sent. All right, for a good reason. So, anyways. So you guys keep playing this game, yeah, because she's like, I never said that, I never did that, I never said nothing about you. I never said you were a witch. I never said you were, because I said, yeah, they were saying that every time that I was bringing death upon her animals, and her animals loved me. Yeah, because when I went down there, she said it took 20 years to deal with horses the way I dealt with horses. Yeah, and I'm just good with animals, like, because I can understand them, right? And I'm not a big animal person, but I connect with them. Okay, so anyways, so I thought that I thought the reason was the darkness had caused such envy over me being exploited because some famous people knew me, and that's what I thought it was about. And because I got back online and started doing comedy and music, and I thought she was in the darkness, and no, no, it was just clone voice technology getting like they were actually hacking into my phone and doing messages from my phone. I would wake up in the morning, they'd have group chats. I've never done a group chat in my life, you guys. I've never been in a group chat in my life. I don't even know how to do it. No. So anyways, I woke up and there was this it was deleted off my thing, and it said group chat. It had my number in there. Yeah. I was not, I was asleep. Like I didn't even know who the other people were. Yeah. So anyways, my mom won't get me a new phone. And this is a totally hacked phone. I can't. This is what they steal it all off of. This is who they're pretending to be me through this phone right here. Yeah. This phone right here. This is the one I call out on. All right. So anyways, that's the story of that. So, she's denied that she made any of those phone calls, that she said anything about me. She said she was so happy when she found the place that she had found, that I was to come and stay with her, which I hadn't made up my mind because I was so freaked out. I'm like, if you're involved in that Project Bluebeam stuff, no thank you. I haven't decided yet. Anyways, so I was pretty shaky, but anyway, so I just wanted to clear that up because there was no maliciousness. It was an honest mistake, and in fact, it was an honest mistake on my part, and a completely malicious, disgusting thing on these petty people's parts. Yeah, these people are so disgustingly spiritually ill that did this to me and my family and my friends. All right? So I'm done with this, and that's what happened. And I'm not getting into everything that happened in 20 years. You guys wouldn't believe it, okay? But I'm not an actress. I guarantee that. I was targeted. I've been through radiation weapons, sound frequency harassment that made my ears bleed. I've been through it all. Okay. So anyways, they've also erased 1 million of my tweets because I was doing all this research because someone wants to be a hero with knowledge that no one owns. Anyways, talk to you later, guys.